my thoughts. I shut it down wherever power is stored. Being real is in the past, watching cowards get on. It ain't kill me, so it's making me stronger. And these bite-sized rappers now sensing my...
What the hell's going on, people? This is Periodic, and you see the title of the video. We are jumping back once again for a tier list. This time it is December's Dokkan Fest TUR tier list. So you will not be seeing LRs, you will not be seeing Japan characters because this is for global, and you will not be seeing Extreme Z characters, though I made a little exception. So let's go down into this list here, and essentially I'm going to throw all of these Extreme Z awakenable characters here because I am eventually going to make an Extreme Z list. It's just that there's a ton of Extreme Z characters, right? Extreme Z awakened characters. But I am going to leave the 120s in this list, in this tier list. So you will see the 120 leads, the mono leads, I guess they were called. Because Neo God leads were 70s, God leads were 90s, and then, you know, these guys were 120s, the mono leads. So they will be included. Yeah, he's Easy A, and then I think everybody else is game for the list. Yeah, everybody else is just a normal Dokkan Fest. But I am gonna leave the you know, extreme leads for super, or extreme leads and super leads for type, just because they're originally, you know, they're not all Easy A yet, essentially. So we're gonna all lump them in together, okay? I kind of explained that weird, but whatever. We're putting them in there. And then, obviously, Dokkan Fest LRs, they're in their own list. I don't know why these guys doubled up. It's very strange. And then JP only, as of right now, Frieza, Bojack, and Gogeta are still not on global. So, as you can see, we have a bunch of tiers. Starting at the bottom, Oolong tier, Master Roshi tier, Kami tier, King Yama tier, King Kai tier, Supreme Kai tier, God Instruction tier, Guide Angel tier, Grand Priest tier, and Zeno tier. And, this is going to be fairly quick. I'm not going to go too much in detail. I'm just going to give a soft, quick overview of each character. I want to keep this under 30 minutes. So let's start it up. Okay. Also, I would love to create more tiers. Like, honestly, I could make probably like 15 or 16 tiers, but I'm just going to lump a lot of them in. So some of them may look a little wonky. And it's also not 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just if you're on this tier, then I kind of think you're average with each other. You kind of average out with each other. Anyway, let's start at the bottom. The character who I think is the worst Dokkan Fest in the game, Tech, hit simply because his kit is just it came out at a time where Dokkan was taking a turn and they were going into a more defensive meta. His kit kind of doesn't make any sense, right? He stuns a lot and he does more damage if the enemy's stunned. Unfortunately, that's only ever going to work on Super Battle Road or Ultimate Clash, two game modes where you're going to need defense, and he has 0. He has none. He has Cold Judgment as a Link, 25% defense at Link level 10. Great. He's going to get absolutely smoked. So on Dokkan Fest events, he can actually get you killed, which is very bad. And everything else, he can get you killed as well. Next up is going to be the Tech Super Saiyan 3 Goku. This tune will change when he eventually gets his Extreme Z Awakening, but he doesn't have it now. He also has no defense. He also has that rare chance to stun, or at least a chance to stun. And he does decent amount of damage, but nothing crazy. Again, when he gets his Easy A, he will be a lot better. But for now, he's going to be at the bottom. Same thing with the Int Gogeta. Listen, on global, because this is a global list, he still does not have his Extreme Z Awakening. So he's going to be in the Oolong tier because he does decent damage, but he has no defense. Same thing, again, with the Intelligence Kid Buu. Still does not have his Easy A on global. When he does, he will move up because he gets very, very good. But for now, we're going to leave him here because, again, no defense, no key either. Well, no, he does get some key now because of his links. So he is a bit better, but again, still no defense. So we got to keep him there. And then last but not least, we're going to put the physical Omega Shenron, just because his leader skill is still kind of bad. Strato Dragon Saga definitely needs more characters. It's been in the game for a long time now, what, 3 years? And we still are waiting for, like, they're just like slowly trickling in. Like, well, we've had like 4 more Shadow Dragon Saga characters in like the past 3 years, that's just not enough, man. So, and also no defense, and it's only like what, a 10% chance for his second additional. Kind of whack in my opinion. So we're gonna leave him down there on the oolong tier. So let's move on up. We're kind of going to get all of these non-EZA 120 leads out of the way in the beginning, right? So physical Gotenks is going to be at the bottom, Super Saiyan 3. Again, somewhat lack of defense. And then he does decent attack, but it is gimmicky. You kind of have to land it on the 11 key and all that stuff. So he's got limitations, hence why he's on the Master Roshi tier. If we move it along, we're going to put the Super Saiyan 4 Strength Goku on this list as well, or on this tier as well. He stacks his defense up to like what, 3 turns, but it's only 30%, and it doesn't really get that high because he doesn't have like a built-in additional or anything like that. So you're kind of just relying on him being able to get additionals off if you have dupes in him. He does decent damage, but that's about it, right? So Goku's going there. Another unit that's going there is going to be, yes, this Super Saiyan Vegito. He's just not really that great anymore. Like, yes, he can counter and it reduces damage, but it's only for normal attacks. If he gets supered, you're absolutely dead. He could do decent damage, though, with his additionals and counters and stuff like that. But it's just still, if you get supered, you are gone. Like, it's over. You're 100% dead. So we're going to leave these 3 here on the Master Roshi tier. Let's move on up to the Kami tier. We're putting Strength Janemba. He's still, again, doesn't have his EZA over on Global, but he does have damage reduction, or the guard at all times, and he still does decent damage as a strength unit, or as a 120 unit with no EZA, so he's definitely going to stay there. Super, what is it, Gohan, where's the boy Gohan at? Strength Gohan, I am just there he is. Okay, so I'm going to put him on the Kami tier as well. Before the Tech Gohan came out, the Transforming Gohan, I wouldn't have had him on this list. And when I say Tech Transforming Gohan, I mean the Mystic Saiyan or Ultimate, Ultimate Gohan. Wow, I can't think of the name right now. Ultimate Gohan. Before he came out, this guy would have been probably in the Oolong tier. But now, with him as a linking partner, activates pretty much all his links, so he actually is pretty good. Like, he's actually not bad with that other Gohan next to him. He's okay. I have him rainbowed. He does all right. If we keep it pushing, another unit that actually became better with a counterpart was this Super Saiyan Future Gohan. Again, the Intelligence Future Gohan came out. Suddenly, this guy gets almost all his links activated, and he becomes very good. Before that, he was pretty bland. So we are throwing him in the Kami tier. Who else is going to be in the Kami tier? Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Again, lack of defense, but he does a ton of damage, and he has that counter ability, which is actually pretty crazy because it's like 70% chance to counter super attacks with tremendous power, which is higher than like every other Super Saiyan 4 in the game. So I think he definitely deserves to be in this Kami tier here. We're going to throw the Vegito Blue, who at one point in time was like considered one of the best units in the game. Now, he's kind of fallen off because, again, defense. He only gets it later down the road. We're talking about like later down the road. You have to really be in a vet for a long time for him to stack up his defense because, yes, he's going to do a lot of additionals, and he could potentially super attack 2-3 times a turn, but he's only gaining defense at 20% a super attack. Right, so that's not really that much. So he really needs to, like, if you are super attacking twice in one turn, you're gaining 40%. That's not bad. But if he super attacks once and then additionals a few times, that's horrible. That's horrible. So it does take him a while, about 5-6 turns before he has decent defense. In the beginning, he's just going to get clonked. But even then, he's still very, very good. The solid unit. Though, would you bring the LR over him? That's a good question. Next up, it pains me to do so, but I'm going to have to put my man, Intelligence Goku Black. In case you guys don't know, that is my favorite unit in the game to run as a TUR. I don't know why. I just like his art. I think his SSR art is one of the best in the game. His TUR art is fantastic, especially with the sticker. I actually like his kit. I don't think it works well for a lot of people, but it's very strong on long events. Very similar to the Vegito Blue. It takes a while for him to get going, but when he does, 50% crit is pretty darn good. Stacked up defense, pretty darn good. And then his super attacks are some of the best looking in the game, so I'm a big fan of him. And next up, we're going to put the physical cooler God tier link set with other coolers and freezes and metal coolers and things of that nature. 100% attack and defense to start it off. Has that chance for the additional. Very, very good. When he gets his EZA, he'll probably be one of the best mono leads in the game. We're moving along to the next tier up, and we are throwing Super Saiyan 3 Bardock on here. Just good all-around unit. Has the seal, has the ally boost when you drop below a certain amount of HP, does decent amount of damage just straight up. So I'm a big fan of Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. He is a little bit limited, that's in terms of teams that he can go on, hence why he's on the King Yama tier, but besides that, he's pretty good. Next up, we're throwing the Super Saiyan 4 Full Power Goku on this. He does get caught slacking a little bit on his defense, but he can do decent amount of damage. He's essentially just a better version of Strength Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Speaking about a better version of Strength Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you have the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, who's a better version, because he actually has decent defense. He's actually pretty good on defense. He has that counter. He can hit very hard. He can actually take a hit. So I very much like that Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Still solid, and when he gets his EZA, it's going to be even better. We're looking at the Intelligence Golden Frieza right now. He would be better if he didn't debuff his own, super allies by 15% off their attack. That is way too much, but he does a ton of damage. He's not the best defensively, but again, great link set for extreme Tournament of Power units. Even if you're not an extreme unit, he still can link very good, but again, that debuff just really hurts. Hurts bad. Next up, talking about hurting bad, UI Goku. When he transformed, it actually hurts bad. He starts off great, He's got the good passive skill. He's got the good super attack. Animations are clean. When he transforms, he loses all defense and gains 70% dodge. Now, the problem is, as you guys know, when you don't dodge, you get hit very, very hard. Hence why he's not higher. And he's also been replaced by LRUI Goku sign. So there's that. Next, we are putting the Super Saiyan Goku, transforming Goku. He's pretty good, pretty solid. Damage reduction is nice. The fact that he's gaining damage reduction every turn is good. The problem is that he loses defense every time he gains damage reduction. And honestly, if your damage reduction is not 50% or higher, it's not going to mean a whole lot. It doesn't mean a whole lot, because if your defense isn't that high, right? So, okay, let's put it like this. Because some people get confused on what damage reduction does or how it works, right? Damage reduction is going to go off of your defense. So if your defense is 200k and you were going to get super attacked, and let's just say that super attack would hit you for 20,000 normally. 50% damage reduction means you're only going to get hit for 10. But let's just say if you're this Goku and your defense is 50,000, okay, so that would signify that that super attack is going to hit you 4 times as much. So instead of 20,000, it's going to hit you for 80,000 if it's 4 times as much. 50% damage reduction means you're going to get hit for 40,000, right? Instead of 80,000, you get hit for 40,000. That's double. That's double the amount, even with the same damage reduction. So his defense gets worse and worse as he gains damage reduction. And oh, by the way, he doesn't gain 50% damage reduction. He gains 25% damage reduction. So he's getting still hit for like 60,000 if you're getting hit for that amount. So if it's a much bigger hit, right? If you're getting hit for 200,000, instead you'll get hit for 150. You're still getting hit for 150. That's insane. So that's a problem. That's why I don't like low damage reduction numbers. I'd rather have just defense as opposed to low damage reduction numbers. So there's that. Okay, let's move on up. We are looking at the Strength Rose Goku Black. Still a fantastic unit. Leader skill now is kind of a waste, but besides that, his passive is fantastic. He's a support. He does a lot of damage. He's okay defensively, not great. God tier link set with the other Goku Blacks and the Zamases and stuff like that. So fantastic unit. We're moving over to the AGL Turles, another fantastic unit for a great link set. Support, one of the best supports in the game. Unfortunately, his defense is garbage unless if he transforms, but then you're losing the support passive, so that kind of sucks. But he's still very, very good. Where's the boy? AGL Vegeta, we're going to move over here. The Evolution Blue Vegeta. Still a very, very good unit, even though he's been out for a long time. We do need a better Pure Saiyans lead, but he's still solid, especially, again, with all these terminal power units that have come out, bro. LR Blue Boys, LR UI Sign, LR Jiren, like all these dudes, he links up beautifully with all of those characters. Absolutely beautifully. So very happy that he's in this Kinkai tier, because I think he deserves it. And, you know, it's Vegeta, man. It's the boy. It's the homie. You guys know how it is. Next up, Jiren. The ultimate homie. Still a monster, still a beast. Even if he doesn't stun you, he's still going to do an absolute amount of damage. He gets that guaranteed crit when he stuns, which is cool. And then he's got, what, a 25 or 50% chance to stun? So that's also very solid. And then his stats are very good. Also, he links up beautifully with the LR Jiren, because that LR Jiren is a full power Jiren, and this is just normal Jiren. So very good indeed. Next up is Planet Namek Goku. No, I'm not going to put him higher. I don't care what anybody else says. He does okay damage when he's Super Saiyan. He's not, so you know who he kind of reminds me of? Physical Piccolo, because Physical Piccolo is never going to do like god tier damage. He's just not built for that. He's built more for defense. This Goku is kind of the same way, unless if you have like the entire team built around him and then you are able to transform into Super Saiyan and do this and that, then he's just not really going to do a lot of damage. You just kind of want him for stacking. But the problem is that he doesn't stack on his, you know, he's kind of like the Tech Trunks. He doesn't stack, because I think Tech Trunks only raises his attack when he's in base form and starts stacking when he's in his Super Saiyan form. I'm pretty sure this Namek Goku does the same thing. Where, well, I know for a fact Namek Goku does the same thing, where he doesn't stack his defense on his base form. He only does it on his Super Saiyan form. Now, with Tech Trunks, he automatically goes Super Saiyan. With Planet Namek Goku, you have to hit those certain conditions, which are sometimes trickier to get. And sometimes it takes a while to get. So by the time you're in a very difficult fight, and by the time he actually transforms, his defense sucks because it hasn't had time to stack. Next, we're going to put, we're going to put my boy, Super Saiyan 3 Broly, on the Kinkai tier. Much better than what he used to be. Oh my god, it's not even a question how much better he is than what he used to be. He's doing absolutely insane amounts of damage. His defense is not horrible. If you get a decent amount of orbs, you're going to be sitting under 100k, which is not great. But it's not like, you know, negative 50, which is what it used to be. So the fact that he can do so much damage and not get absolutely one-shotted is great, hence why I'm putting him in the Kinkai tier. Next, Strength Transforming Buu. Again, this guy would have been lower, but LR Buu came out. You transform LR Buu into LR Super Buu, and or LR Buuhan, I should say. And then you have the perfect linking partner, because 9 times out of 10, this Buu will transform into Buuhan, and that's like LR Buuhan's best linking partner. So they do absolute work when they're together. I'm actually finishing his links. I think it's like Big Bad Bosses needs like 1 more to get to 10. He's been a pain to love because he's got so many links. Each form has different like 2 different links. So it's been very annoying. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on up. We got the Kaioken Blue Goku. He starts off a little bit weak and he gets stronger as the fight goes on. His link set is very top tier though, just like the AGO Evolution Blue Vegeta. The fact that he's got all that tournament of power goodness for links, he pairs up beautifully with so many top tier units. And then he's got one of the best active skills. Yes, it is extremely restrictive to pull off, so most of the time you're not going to be able to do it, but besides that, he's good on his own. Next up, Intelligence Kid Goku, very good on his own. Again, somewhat restrictive because of the teams that he can be put on, and his link set is a little bit wonky. It's definitely waiting for better Dragon Ball and youth category units to come along and really unlock this kid's potential. But even then, with what he does now, it's quite a lot. He's got that great active skill. Like, he just does a ton in his kit, and I'm a big fan of that Kid Goku. Next, we're going to keep it moving with the homie transforming Frieza. Very, very solid unit. The fact that you're getting HP back every single turn, I do like. The fact that you're gaining defense every single turn, I do like. The fact that, you know, he does a ton of damage in his Golden Frieza form, I do like. And again, link set, top tier. He's a Frieza unit. Of course it's going to be. Physical Vegeta is going to be put on the same tier because of kind of the same thing, right? He's going to gain stats using orbs. He's going to gain stats every turn. He has that one turn where he turns the entire field into physical, so you can get that real big nuke effect. You know, you do a lot of damage for that one turn. So Vegeta is very solid, definitely on the same tier as the Frieza. And next, on the same tier as the Frieza and the Vegeta is the AGL Metal Cooler. Again, with his link set, with coolers and Friezas, it's just insane. And even like the weird ones like Auto Regeneration, which I think is one of his links, if he's next to other Metal Coolers, like a Metal Cooler Army, then he's very, very powerful because you're getting all that HP back. And I do love that his Metal Core, or his Metal Cooler Core form, does not have a turn restriction. It's just you drop below a certain amount of HP, boom, there it is. So on Super Battle Road, super useful. Who is super useful? Oh, well, Piccolo is as well. Piccolo goes into the God of Destruction tier. The reason why, we talked about it before, he's a defensive monster. He's never going to be this big attack guy that's doing like 7-8 million attacks. I'm sure, with that said, somebody's going to make a video where they're able to have Piccolo hit 7-8 million attack, but that's not what he's there for. He's there to soak up all the damage. He's there to be able to tell where that super attack is going to come from. And, you know, he's just a solid dude. Very, very utility-based card. Let's move on up to this AGL Zamasu. Now, I talked about it before. I don't like when damage reduction drops down to 25%, so I actually hate his merged corrupt Zamasu form. I love his second form, which is where he's got the Potara earrings on and he doesn't have that weird purple sludge on him, because he's got 40% damage reduction, which is not ideal, but it's not terrible, and he's still doing a lot of damage, and he's, you know, he's a god, so he's got, his link set is absolutely beautiful for other Goku Blacks and stuff like that, so it works really, really well. Another character that works really, really well, AGL Super Saiyan Gogeta, transforming into Gogeta Blue. You guys know because he just came out on Legends. So if you're a big Legends player, you know that this dude is absolutely a monster over on that game. And he's been a monster on Dokkan. He's been out for a decent amount of time now, like 2 years, I believe. And he's still fantastic. Like, people forget that when he transforms, he just crits. That's just all he does. He crits. He's got the dodge, which is great. His stats are not bad. So fantastic unit there. Doesn't take too long to have him transform. Same thing with the Super Saiyan Broly. Broly takes no time at all to transform. It's amazing. It's fantastic. I absolutely love it. And the fact that he's doing attack all, and then when he transforms, he's doing multiple super attacks. Like, this dude is incredible. Also, I would say he's probably the best, and yes, I'll say that again, I believe he is the best World Tournament unit because, number one, he's doing that attack all. Number two, he gives himself 6 ki. So you don't have to bring items or orb changers to get him to super attack. He's pretty much always going to super attack. Now, understandably, it's going to be a little bit rough if he's going against Strength Broly. He may not be able to one-shot him. But I still will maintain that he arguably could be considered the best World Tournament unit. Next up, Exchange Boo. So Fat Boo goes into Skinny Boo, goes into Super Boo, is on the God of Destruction tier. He's not higher because his first form is garbage. For the first 3 turns, it's just not good. Not much he does. He's not going to be able to do a lot of damage. He's not going to be able to really take a hit. It's when he transforms and then transforms again is when he's actually effective. And then, you know, his leader skill is not bad, like definitely better than the Gotenks, but it's those first few turns, dude, you can't really bring him on SBR because he's just going to get worked. And he's definitely pays off on longer events, right? So that's why I'm going to put him in the God of Destruction tier and not any higher. Who is higher? Well, the boy, Android 13. Android 13 is going into the Guide Angel tier. Dude's an absolute beast, whether he's in this form and he's a support, or if you want to turn him into a monster like the Strength Cooler and transform him, he's fantastic. You throw him on Android team, he's absolutely amazing. He's got okay links. He's got some that are a little wonky, but if you pair him next to other Android 13s, and I do believe they'll come out with a standalone transformed LR Android 13 sometime down the road, or if they bring out 13 and 14 or I'm sorry, 14 and 15 as standalone units, then he's going to become even stronger. But for now, he's going to be in the Guide Angel tier. I do think he deserves to be there. Next up, Intelligence Transforming Future Gohan, I believe belongs there. Again, him with the Super Saiyan Gohan are a match made in heaven. Again, another support in his base form, and then gets even stronger when he transforms. Like, this dude is great damage reduction, all that stuff, right? Does a whole lot. Next up, doing a whole lot, Android 17, MVP 17. I think a lot of people forget about this dude, but the fact that he's a support for both defense and ki is very big, and he lowers attack. And so if you put him next to Goku Frieza, have him attack first, lower that attack, Goku Frieza comes in with the Ultra, getting ki from this 17, man, this dude does an insane amount. And then, if I remember correctly, when he drops below a certain amount of HP, he gains damage reduction. So that's also a spectacular thing. Also, very good link set for an Android unit. Like, you'd be surprised. He can link up perfectly with tournament power units. So I'm a big fan of that 17. Very, very good. Gotenks. Gotenks is actually a beast. Like, I would even consider putting him a bit higher. But we're going to leave him here for now, just because, like, he loses the wonky, oh, if you get 12 ki, then you're kind of screwed, like most Gotenks units. You really want that 11 ki. This dude doesn't matter. When he transforms into Super Saiyan 2, I love that he kind of has that extra chances, kind of how Supreme Kai of Time has, where he has the chance to have more attack and more defense. But even then, his stats off the bat are very, very good. And then when he turns Super Saiyan 3, he just does a ridiculous amount of damage and has pretty good defense. So I like this Gotenks. The only problem is special pose category that he introduced is trash tier, like absolute oolong tier category. So he's going to stay in the Guide Angel tier. Moving into this category, Guide Angel tier, or into this tiers, Guide Angel tier is the Super Saiyan Intelligence Transforming Goku. The reason I don't have him in the Grand Priest tier is for the same reason that Gotenks is not in the Grand Priest tier. Leader skill. This dude has Otherworld Warriors. Again, another trash leader skill. Barely any units. PyCon just got introduced on JP, but this is global, so we got to go by what's off of global. And global Otherworld Warriors is horrendous. It's just not good at all. And the Vegeta obviously has a better dual link set than this dude does. But with that said, he's still a fantastic unit off his own, just like the Gotenks. Their passive is incredible, super attack, all that stuff. And then when he transforms, he's insanely powerful. Kind of similar to this man right here, this tech transforming Trunks. Once he transforms into the Super Saiyan, I mean, he's like a mini LR AGL Gohan, where he just gets stronger and stronger as the turns go on. And then when he goes into his Spirit Sword type of thing, he's an incredible nuker, very similar to LR AGL Gohan. I do believe that this guy was kind of the template that they set for that LR AGL Gohan. He was probably like the test run, right? And then they said, okay, we can build on this. So for a TUR, he's incredible. His leader skill is also very, very, very good. Dual leader skill. And then his links is great for any kind of Trunks unit. So he's very good on the Guide Angel tier. Let's keep it pushing. Next tier up, we are going with the girl. Strength Kefla is going here. She just does a whole lot. She does kind of need the support with orbs and whatnot, but besides that, I mean, she does everything. For a tournament power unit, the links are good. She's going to do good damage. She's great defensive. She does great damage. She's good defensively. Like, what else can you ask from the Kefla girl? And then if you put her next to, like, LR Cameron Caulifla, I mean, you got problems. You got some serious problems. And you also have some serious problems if you don't have physical Beerus up this high. The physical Beerus, I mean, a stack and attack, gets insanely powerful. The active skill makes you hit so much damage. Links are a little limited because you really want to be next to like the Strength LR Beerus and Whis, or like the Tech Beerus, or Strength Whis, or the Intelligence Vados. The Intelligence Vados is actually a fantastic pair up for him because he gains like 2 or 3 of the 20% attack and defense. So she's giving him like 40 or 60% attack and defense. It's actually insane, plus the keys. So this dude is amazing. Love that physical Beerus. I also love the AGL. Easy 17. Now, again, I did say that the EZAs are down here, but I'm like, you know, I mentioned it before. I'm going to keep the monos in here. And this guy definitely belongs in here. He is an absolute beast. Like, the damage reduction is crazy. He goes up to 70%. He's doing a ton of damage. Once Intelligence Hellfighter 17 gets an EZA, they're going to share like 5 or 6 links, if I remember correctly. So he's going to be even better. And for now, he's incredible. Like, bro, if you have trouble with SBR or ESBR and you throw this guy in, he's just going to dance all over it. He's going to do the moonwalk all over it. He's going to do the robot, no pun intended. Next up, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, transform into Majin Vegeta. Again, much better link set. The fact that he is a, Resurrected Warriors and Super Saiyan 2 lead, that is fantastic. Way better than the Goku. He's kind of like the yin and yang of Goku, right? They're very similar to each other. They kind of do the same exact thing, just slightly different. So, you know, I do think that he's a slightly better version of this Goku. Can you argue that they both belong on the same thing? Yeah, you can. But this is my list, so I'm going to put him there. I do think that he deserves to be there. And then next up, we have the Bardock. Transforming Bardock, absolutely insane. You face off against any kind of Frieza cooler unit, then he is absolutely popping off. His defense is great. His attack is great. The crits are great. His links are even decent. Like, they're not as bad as what they would have been back in the day. So we're going to put him in the Grand Priest tier. Finally, Zeno tier. We're moving Strength Cooler back into the Zeno tier because, bro, I mean, listen, a dual support who does insane damage, decent defense, and then when he transforms, guaranteed crits on like 80% of this game's population. Because let's be honest, 80% of Dragon Ball Z is Pure Saiyan or Hybrid Saiyan. So, and now that like fusions and stuff are in Pure Saiyans, forget about it. It's a massacre. Strength Cooler is where it's at. And last but not least, Tech Transforming Gohan still belongs in the Zeno tier. And I used to have him by himself, but I do want to put Strength Cooler here because he pretty much does what Gohan doesn't, and then the other way around as well, right? This guy is a great all-around unit. Like, he can boost up so many different teams. He goes on a team, he makes teams better, okay? That's what Strength Cooler does. Tech Gohan is the exact opposite. He doesn't make teams better, but it doesn't matter what team you put on Tech Gohan. He will be better. He's just better. So he is a very selfish unit. He does nothing for no one, but he doesn't need to, because you could put him on a team of Cybermen and he will just keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's what Tech Gohan is made for. Whereas this guy is made to make the team better. And then when you want to transform, he's going to be strong. But Tech Gohan doesn't care about that. He's like, yo, forget y'all. I'm the Michael Jordan. I'm the Kobe Bryant. Pass me the ball. I'm going to score. And if you want to score as well, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Let me know what you think about this list. This is my December global Dokkan Fest tier list. If you have any thoughts, drop it in the comments down below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, goodness gracious, great God Almighty, what are you doing with yourself? Go ahead and gently rub that sub button, gingerly ring that bell button, lovingly kiss the like button. As always, this is Periodic. See y'all in the next video.